Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in a game between Infi and Samdan or Th000 here on Terenas stand. First of all, I want to say Infi is spawning as the teal orc player on the top left hand side of the map. The only other spawning location, Samdan, Th000 or Sandan, depending on if you're Mandarin, Cantonese, or if you just want to say how his name looks. Is the purple human player down over here, as we are now going to see a militia already quickly making its way across the map in order to do some early scouting. Now, yes, this is my WarCraft shoutcast for the week, going back to my old school roots. My apologies already if I mention gold as minerals, but then again, I believe gold is a mineral technically, so you can't really hark me on that. If I say collecting gas as opposed to wood, yeah, you guys can totally get up in my comment section about that. Anyways, we'll see what these players will be trying to go for in just a moment, as it most likely will be a Blade Master. Oh no, Farseer, wow. So Farseer versus an Archmage. I thought for a moment it was going to be Blade Master versus Mountain King. That goes to show you how much the metagame has changed. Perhaps Infi trying to go for Farseer more as a harassment unit. Blade Master does just as good of a job, so I'm not quite sure what that is about. Perhaps we are going to see Chain Wave as one of the opening tactics here. Chain Wave, one of those really strong builds that Orc players can do. If you do not know, in Warcraft 3, a lot of the builds and a lot of strategies really revolve around your hero. Your heroes are essentially the backbone of your army. If you have all your heroes alive and a couple buildings, you can still stay in the game as long as you are not too far behind in hero level. You can see this footman now just traveling up and down here. We are going to try to take down this Renegade Wizard and these rogues. The Renegade Wizard does have normal armor, so it does take additional damage, or medium armor, so it does take additional damage from militia and footmen. And very nice split here, having the rogues go after the water elemental. So the water elemental now tanking up a lot of that damage, now going to pick up that circlet of nobility, a nice item already. This is a 5/3/3 creep, so that is important to know. A 5/3/3 creep does get you to almost level 2. You can see now only slightly shy from experience now, as we can see a Farseer now pushing in with some of these feral spirits. So the feral spirits are going to now try to fight back into here. What Infi can do is he can try to position himself right here and then summon the wolves on the inside. No, the wolves are able to pass through freely, so normally the Blade Master would not be able to get through, but because those wolves have a smaller collision radius, they're able to get back in there and perhaps get some damage. You can see now the wolves are now getting in some damage here, going after those peasants. The feral wolves just trying to fight back once more. It looks like one of those peasants are just going to be barely pulled away, and it looks like, oh, it's going to be resummoned. So the wolves resummoned in order to not deny any experience at all. You can see now Infi coming back over here. It looks like the spirit wolves will be able to make its way inside the base. How much damage can they do? Going after some of those lower hit point workers already. The arcane tower still being upgraded, so that will be a little bit of time. As now you can see the Farseer battling up against a couple of grunts, and against the Farseer here, against a couple footmen, as we can still see the wolves still dancing around. It looks like that arcane tower should be up and running in perhaps another 30 seconds or so.
A town is
as that
under
Farseer
siege.
does move fairly quickly out, and now those I believe those militia were able to shut it down. No, once again getting resummoned. So the Farseer's feral spirits, say that 5 times fast. Anyways, the Farseer's feral spirits now coming back in. Will they be able to get more damage? Perhaps actually get damage onto a footman and take it down. The footman already down to 178. Those wolves do move relatively quickly, so it may be able to perhaps get some damage. And I still do not see an arcane vault yet, so with no arcane vault at all, it means that these footmen are not going to be able to get healed anytime soon. Taking the tier 2 nearly completed over here by Infi, as now the footmen are just taking more and more damage. Really has to be careful here. Th000 has to be really careful. There is an arcane vault now being built over here. The Archmage can stand right here and then be able to purchase from that shop, I believe, but he will not be able to sell any items there. We can now see a scouting farm now being placed down, as the Farseer, realizing that he is behind in experience, now trying to do a little bit of creeping. And now Samdan or Th000 also opting to do that same exact tactic, as well. As you can now see the Archmage now coming in with a couple footmen. There is that grunt down over here, and who will be able to creep out. It looks like the Farseer of Infi will be able to creep in peace, as this grunt just takes some damage for the team. You can now see the grunts are pulling back. The footmen are now trying to engage. The footmen smartly disengaging here as you are now going to have one File Spirit try to take down that farm. That farm does have a decent amount of hit points, and now a slow being cast across a lot of the units here, which will be a bit of a problem as now trying to get some damage onto that footman. The footman now down to 154 hit points, desperately trying to take it down. That footman running for his life. It looks like he will be able to escape back over there as we can now see the Troll Shadow Priest and the Troll Berserker once again coming back to engage. The grunts now attempting to run away, doing a bit of padding once more. It looks like both of these grunts will stay alive. There are a lot of low hit point footmen, but nothing that an Arcane Vault's Scroll of Healing cannot change.
A player's forces are under attack.
An interesting hero choice as a second hero is the Agility hero. The Agility hero, the Agility hero from the Shadow Hunter is as opposed to the Tauren Chieftain. So this is going to be a rather squishy hero combination. The Shadow Hunter really, I think it's one of those heroes that I think should be more intelligence-based just because it is so important to try to get all of that damage. Now, there is that quick Hex now being cast onto that Troll Shadow Priest. It looks like it will get taken down. Another Hex may be coming in as well. There it is, another Hex onto the Troll Berserker. That Troll Berserker also taking a lot of damage as well. Will it be enough? No Chain Wave or no Chain Lightning just quite yet as a Troll Berserker down to 29 hit points. Is it going to be able to escape? No, not able to escape at all. But a Grunt may get taken down. The Grunt dangerously low on hit points. In comes the Healing Salve as we are now going into double Bestiary Wind Riders. The Wind Riders are going to be able to deal a lot of damage to those footmen. The problem will be whether or not those Water Elementals will be fighting back as well. The Water Elementals deal a lot of damage to the Wind Riders as well, but those Wind Riders definitely have the advantage in terms of damage. Right now, since there are only level 1 Water Elementals at this stage, it looks like this Scout farm will get destroyed. Farseer sitting at level 1, Shadow Hunter sitting at level 1, both all heroes are relatively low. Only the Archmage is at level 2, now picking up a Clarity Potion and not using that Healing Salve yet, as we are now going into a Mountain King, getting in some Sorceresses, and now going into a Griffin area. Griffin Aviary most likely for Dragonhawks. Water Elemental is destroyed. Are we going to have an engagement here? Once Feral Spirit Wolf may get taken down as looks as though the Arcane Tower just close enough to get some damage, and now it looks like those Wind Riders may try to perhaps poke apart this back over here. We are getting a Dragonhawk Rider now, as we are now attempting to creep out this location. The Shadow or the Farseer will definitely get to level 2. The Farseer or the Shadow Hunter may get to level 2. I don't believe so unless the Farseer actually backs off. We still have that level 5 Taskmaster, so it may be just enough. There is a lot of creeps here to try to take down. It looks like a lot of the grunts are taking a lot of damage. The Scroll of Agility now picked up as well. Down goes, and ooh, a very nice item, Potion of Greater Mana, and now level 2 on the Shadow Hunter, so we are going to be getting some Healing Wave, and that is going to be nice. Unfortunately, the Wind Rider's getting a little bit too close to this gold mine over there, taking a bit of damage before even regrouping with the rest of that army. Hopefully, Infi does not take more unnecessary damage on any of his units. The Fell Spirit now once again making its way back in over here. It looks like we are going to have one Dragonhawk Rider. And oh, there is a Hex on the Dragonhawk Rider. Dragonhawk Rider now completely destroyed. 4 Wind Riders in the air going back, and now in comes some Healing Waves as well. We are going to perhaps get another Hex onto this one Dragonhawk Rider, turning it into an owl. So that Dragonhawk Rider perhaps going to try to go after this one, that one Dragonhawk Rider. There's still an owl trying to fly away. It does move relatively slowly, and down it goes, but another Dragonhawk or a Wind Rider was taken down as well. So Bestiary, both sides continuing to engage. The Water Elemental still dealing a lot of damage here, as it looks as though that Mountain King may get taken down. The Mountain King dangerously low on hit points, and it does get taken down, yes, at level 1. So a level 1 hero level 2 Mountain King has been destroyed. Footman now still trying to engage. There is still some Wind Riders coming in. Level 3 on the Farseer. I believe that Shadow Hunter has already used his Potion of Greater Mana perhaps to heal up a little bit more. More Water Elementals will get taken down. Are we going to... Oh, a nice Ensnare. But only to be countered by... Ensnare versus... Oh my gosh, Shackle. Yeah, forgetting all the names of all the abilities, so many abilities to remember in WarCraft 3, as the Footmen or the Militia now coming to engage. 3 more Water Elementals coming back in, and it looks as though the Shadow Hunter sitting at level 2 will be forced to pull back. Will that Grunt? One Grunt does get taken down. More and more Militia going to get destroyed. Once again, it looks like the Feral Spirit Wolves are getting in that critical damage. Level 3 now on that Shadow Hunter, so level 2 Healing Wave should be coming in just a moment, trying to heal up the rest of these units, and it is just in time to keep up that low hit point Grunt. we are now getting, once again, more Wind Riders and more Raiders. So the Raiders are really doing a great job, and I think this is a new strategy, or rather a very old strategy that I haven't seen in quite some time, using Wind Riders as opposed to straight Raiders and Spirit Walkers. Very, very nice here. Scourge Bone Chimes now picked up. Not going to be a very useful item at all. Only good for that Raider. There's not even that many. There's one Grunt and 2 Raiders, and that is it. So they're going to get that Vampiric Aura. Everything else is, I believe, a ranged hero. As now a Tome of Intelligence +2. Is it going to get picked up? It needs to get picked up in time, or is it going to be transferred over? It looks like, yes, it was actually picked up by, I believe, that Farseer. Not quite sure by the heroes. Yeah, I don't remember the hero and how the heroes actually leveled up, so can't really quite tell. Perhaps the Farseer does have a little bit more intelligence at this point than he normally would. Anyways, down over here, we can see that the Archmage sitting at level 3 has a lot of mana already to be used. Gonna shut down a couple of those Spell Spirit Wolves as well, but no, gonna get resummoned instead, as now Infi going to take this time to regroup. We may see a selling of the Scourge Bone Time. The Scourge Bone Time is really not that good for this massive ranged army, as we now see an illusion of a Mountain King making its rounds, trying to figure out where this army is. You can see that the illusion quickly gonna get ensnared. Is it gonna get destroyed? Oh, quickly taking a lot of damage. There goes another ensnare down. Ensnare does not take any mana at all. That is the reason why. The reason why it's just on a cooldown, as now once again battling back out. You can see that the Renegade Wizard may perhaps cast a Lightning Shield in just a moment. There's the Lightning Shield onto that Shadow Hunter. The Shadow Hunter being very, very smart, deciding to back off. He doesn't want to cause damage to anything around him, but we are getting a Tome of Experience. So Shadow Hunter now sitting at level 3, level 4. So level 4 Farseer and level 4 Shadow Hunter. Things are looking absolutely perfect right now for the Orc player, the Orc, Shadow Hunter, and Farseer. A very, very deadly combination, as both players are still sitting in no upkeep and trying to get as much into the bank as possible. Though now training up a bit more sorceresses as well as spellbreakers to round this off. It looks as though a Manual of Health drop picked up by that Mountain King. Mountain King very, very beefy with 2 gauntlets of over strength, +6 in total. So I believe that's equivalent to 150 hit points and +6 damage as well for that strength-based hero. You can see now the Wind Rider still looking around, trying to figure out where they can go. Shadow Hunter has a lot of mana. Same thing with that Farseer. Both of them may be able to get off a lot of damage with Chain Lightning, and also trying to shut down some of these Dragonhawk Riders. The Dragonhawk Rider is invisible, but there are so many Wind Riders that it's not going to really matter, as now in comes the fight, in comes the Hex, and this is not looking good at all for that Mountain King. Gonna pick up a couple of those creeps over there, as now both sides engage. One Wind Rider now gonna get taken down, as we can now see a Scroll of Protection and a Speed Scroll being used. So a lot of damage to be had. The Mountain King getting in a little bit of trouble back over there. That's almost strength, not getting sniped at all, as that Raider may get taken down, taking a lot of damage from those Militia. Militia able to get in another final shot there, but we can still see a lot of these Troll Bat Riders coming in, trying to just get in a lot of siege damage, just a lot of siege damage, which will do a lot of damage to those sorceresses. But the Bat Riders are still having problems, as we can see now the power of slow coming in from those sorceresses. We can see that there is perhaps a disenchant coming. No, not enough energy for a disenchant, not enough mana on that Spirit Walker. They're trying to pull back, and though with a call to arms halfway across the map, getting in a lot of damage, as these Wind Riders and Bat Riders now perhaps try to return home and try to regroup. The Farseer dangerously low on hit points. He does have a potion of invulnerability. What's going to be happening here, as there is so much slow, not much really can be done. Now we go into ethereal form, only to get killed by the sorceresses. And now, yeah, down it goes. This is not looking good at all. Level 3, level 4, the hero advantage definitely in favor of Infi, but Infi having a rather difficult time dealing with a slow, and in comes another Stormbolt, a 5-second stun. That Raider is going to be in a bit of trouble in just a moment, as both sides continue to engage. We can see that the Mountain King doesn't have enough energy, but it doesn't matter, as the Farseer attempting to pull back once again. This fight, this very, very long, slow fight, not going in favor of Infi at all. Infi is now sitting at 49/70. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability about to finish being used, and we can see so many Spellbreakers. And now we can see all of those Wind Riders deciding to pull back. The Kodo Beast has come out. Another Stormbolt, long distance Stormbolt, getting in more damage. And will Th000 be able to force the GG here? You can see that once again there is an invisible water elemental, and the invisible water elemental may be able to come in and yes, start sniping down these low hit point Wind Riders. One Wind Rider already down. It looks like another Wind Rider going to get disenchanted, or sorry, the water elemental going to get disenchanted there. As this battle continues, who will be able to take the advantage and take the lead? A lot of slow once again being cast across all of these peons. A Kodo Beast now going to get destroyed, and I believe Th000 left the game, and then Infi said GG afterwards. So very, very difficult to catch that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between Infi and Th000 here on Terenas Stand.